Is there anything that gets the juices flowing like a rivalry game? And our matchup is bitter. It has barbs and shots thrown on and off the field over the years. Welcome to a city immortalized in song, Kalamazoo, Michigan, Waldo Stadium, and home to the Western Michigan Broncos. As we'll see a team looking for its first win, the Central Michigan Chippewas, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Western Michigan Broncos. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely, David Pollock. And the Broncos will kick it away to start. He'll return it. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Chippewas offense will have the football first. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Makes his way to the 17, but not enough for the first down. The Chippewas send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. First one of the day is on its way. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week, only called on once. So the Western Michigan Broncos offense has the ball for the first time. There's a receiver who's going to draw some attention, Jesse, but really, he's just part of this whole offensive puzzle.
He hasn't been the most consistent guy when it comes to catching the ball for this offense this year, but he has had some big moments. He has had some big games as well. And, David, you know, from a roster standpoint, they're generally not going to overmatch or overwhelm anybody from the receiver spot, but this is a dude that can get it done.
I think that's the biggest point that you made. It's a guy that has the potential to make big plays. And if you're pointing to a guy, he is the one. Talking to coaches, like, they've seen flashes in big moments. They need to see it consistently, and it starts today.
The Broncos are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Fires to the wideout. On target over the middle. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. Johnson looking to throw. He's got him. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. And the Broncos come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Gives it on the option. He breaks a tackle. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Both sides trying to find a little rhythm and efficiency and move the ball some here as we start the second quarter. And here comes play number 6 of the drive. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Fires to the big fella. Oh, he's got some space. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. The Broncos will line it up on 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Using the quick game. So close to that end zone, he could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Western Michigan. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one.
Central Michigan, 0.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. Central Michigan has it back. Let's see what the Chippewas can do on offense. They're looking for something, looking for anything to try to put some kind of score on the board, down 7-0. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the tight end. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll go up top on second and short. Caught in the backfield. It's Kelly.
That's just a tremendous individual effort by the defender. He's able to defeat his block and get to the ball and get the ball down on the ground. Very, very nice job.
And the Chippewas come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Quarterback on the keeper. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down. The punt team makes its way onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Lost 5 on that first play, and now it's 2nd and 15. They'll try to pop the draw. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The give on the inside. They stop him again, and not only that, they've made this 4th down that much harder. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Here they come, and it's touchdown, Chippewas. The offense puts up 6 with that trip to the end zone.
The only thing better than a punt block is scoop and score for a touchdown. Great job on special teams. Tons of athletes out on the field, and they take it to the house.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And he knocked that one right down the middle. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Interesting showdown in the Pac-12 today, men. Take a look at how things are playing out. Colorado State is currently working from behind, but how many times have we said that and then witnessed something special happen? This time of year, you just never know. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Washington. If anything changes in this pivotal Pac-12 matchup, guys, you know we're here to bring it to you.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Johnson wants to throw it. Complete on the comeback. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to throw on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And the Broncos can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking downfield very late in the half. And he is sacked as the defense adds a little emphasis to wrap up this first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And talk about a good competitive game so far. Not saying this has been the best first half we've seen in the history of these two programs, but they've matched each other's intensity, and the result has been a very evenly played game. Fascinating to see how the rest of this one plays out. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
The Chippewas will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Western Michigan has it back as they send the offense onto the field. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7.
Second down coming up.
Johnson looking to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Boyd. Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
And that's a first down.
Off-play action on first down. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. There he goes. He's at the touchdown, Western Michigan. And that one will give him the lead.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, Dave. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He'll try to tack on one more.
For the extra point.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they close it in style with a 72-yard pass to the house. On the run from inside his own 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Central Michigan takes over, and we'll get another look at this offense. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Fires on the move. Tosses it incomplete. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And this offense has done such a good job protecting their dude at quarterback, but the defense finally gets home. Listen, that's their 3rd sack in 2 weeks. They got to do a better job applying pressure on the quarterback.
And the Chippewas will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll signal for and make the fair catch right around midfield. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. He'll pull it on the read. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Well, will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. Johnson wants to throw it. Pressure coming. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
This defense continues to do a great job of not letting a great athlete at quarterback make big plays on them. Great job pursuing him, keeping him in that cage, not letting him get out in the open field because we know he can do some damage. Nice job by this defense so far.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Looking for a crease, it's Miles. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
In punt formation to kick it away.
signals for the fair catch, and that's where they'll put it in play just outside the 20. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Western Michigan is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. So first down, we'll open up the final period. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. The defense coming up big there. The sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and that's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop them right here. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a 4th down. The Chippewas will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. A strike downfield. His defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26. And it's another 1st and 10 play. Smart move to keep it on the ground.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here?
Breaks into the open. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. With the run on 1st and goal. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. And again, stopped right in his tracks, nowhere to run. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. He'll keep it himself. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Broncos! They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the 4th quarter, everything going in their direction.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
Central Michigan.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Central Michigan has it back. Let's see what the Chippewas can do on offense. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. And the Chippewas will hustle to the line.
I got to be honest, I'm a little surprised the offense is trying to go so fast here after giving up a huge loss on that sack. You'd think they'd want to just take a second and regroup before running this next play.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Here's a Heat. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He wants a big play here late. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And that decision will be questioned for a while. And they'll take a knee and watch this clock keep on winding its way toward a victory. Well, look what we have here, guys. After all the early season doubts, these guys have put together a winning streak.
They sure have. Man, they're just believing in themselves right now. This is a completely different looking team than what we saw early in the year. They're playing with so much more confidence. And David, when you start making plays, you start stringing W's together, that's obviously what happened.
Everybody gets energized. Everybody starts to contribute. Young guys start to grow up. Coaches start to believe in them. Everything starts to turn around and swing the other way. They got it all going in the right direction.
That's going to do it from here.